Hi guys, welcome to another video on People EDC. It's been a while since I've done a knife review, and honestly, I carried this knife for longer than I thought I was going to. Because I'm just going to say right away that this is a fantastic knife. I wasn't sure how much I'd like it because I'm not the biggest liner lock fan. I like to fidget, so liner lock's not the best for that, but this is a really good liner lock. So of course this is the Kizer Militaw, and this is one of the budget versions. If you don't know, the Militaw started as a premium knife, and then they decided to make budget versions after. So this is a bigger knife, and we'll go into a whole bunch of size comparisons. I actually have every folding knife that I own is going to be in this video. Why do I do so many size comparisons? Because I feel like the size of a knife is important. Whether it be blade laws, whether it be if you want to carry a knife for a certain task or to carry it for a certain event. I mean, most of us are just going to carry normal size EDC knives, right? But if you want a good work knife, if you want a smaller knife for if you really don't want people to know that you're carrying a knife, things like that. So that's why I do so many size comparisons. And we're going to do a lot in this video. This is going to be probably my longest review to date. Before we get into other things about the knife and whatnot, so this is a knife that I bought in June, I believe, and have we seen this? The packaging for the Militaw is like Christmas themed. I mean, these are Halloween on this side. But yeah, I bought this knife in June and it still came with these stickers. So, if you're hoping to get different stickers if you don't buy it around Christmas time, well, I don't feel like that's going to happen. They're also sparkly, which I don't care for. Otherwise, I would definitely put this one on something. That one's pretty cool. But anyway, that's the stickers that came with it. So this is I don't know if I already mentioned, but this is a great knife. Buy it. I've been using this a lot, especially at work, and once I pop the blade out, you'll definitely be able to tell. Let's get a close-up here of the version that I bought. This is G10, the black is G10, and then this is burlap micarta. And I will say that the G10 is extremely smooth. There's honestly no grip to it. It's very smooth. Now the burlap micarta, on the other hand, I mean, it's not like fibrous or anything, but it's got some stoppage to it. It provides a good grip for whenever you're using it. And this pocket clip is like ultra deep carry. You're not going to see any of this knife sticking out of your pocket. Sits on top of the scales with recessed screws, not reversible, and I will definitely give Kizer props. They know how to make a good pocket clip with this flattened bill here. Very comfortable. So we've got a thumb hole, or whatever kind of hole you want to call this. blade hole and a front flipper. I prefer the reverse flick myself. The thumb flick it's doable, but it kind of feels weird with this side being flat. That's just, whoop, this might be personal opinion. And the front flipper works very well as well. The front flipper, I will say be careful, because whenever you're holding it and you flip it out, if the meat of your hand is over top where the blade's gonna go, it's gonna get you. This is actually from like when I first got it or shortly after, and it's healed, but you can definitely tell something happened there. So this blade is the version I got is Nitro V, and like I said, yeah, I've been using this a lot. I'm gonna clean the blade, but for authenticity in my review, I didn't want to, because I always use my knives. Oh yeah, I did want to mention also about the materials. Like I said, the G10 right here is really smooth. They have all G10 versions of this knife. It's just like a different color and the inlay. So keep that in mind, that the whole handle might be not grippy if you get an all G10 version. Alrighty. We're actually going to do a measurement. This is a Baker knife. This is probably the biggest knife, the longest knife that I would carry in my pocket. Personally, I have, I normally wear like the Wrangler thin shorts and pants, and this is gonna go pretty far into your pocket. This is a long handle. We're gonna do handle comparisons. Well, we don't have to, we can just do it with the regular comparisons. Anyway, I'm rambling. This knife is just shy of 8 inches. So pretty long. Like a 3.5 inch blade. And the handle is it's almost 4 3/4. It's about in between 1/2 and 3/4 there. So yeah. It's a bigger one. Let's get some, actually before we get into all that stuff, because this is going to be a predominantly size comparison video. Let's get out our handy dandy flashlight and get the milling. Let's turn the brightness down. So liner lock, so we've only got one hole on this side. And trying to get, there we go. 1, 2, 3 holes on this side. And I actually wanted to just look at this now. So the G10 is milled out too. There's holes in the G10, and then the micarta is on top of it. I don't know if you can see that very well. See right there? So that is interesting. I wasn't expecting the G10 to be milled out also, but it is. This knife is on the slender side, but it's got contoured scales, so very comfortable to hold in the hand. Pocket clip doesn't bother you at all. I have XL sized hands, and I'm getting a full grip with my finger in the finger choil. So yeah, it's a big handle. So yeah, action on this is pretty good too. Like I said, this used to be a premium knife when they first made it. I will say that I dropped this at work on the concrete floor, and sometimes you can hear the bearings whenever you close it now. I need to take it apart and clean it, see if that... It's not every time, but you can hear them a little bit there. You can hear the bearings. Okay. Size comparison time? I believe so. Like I said, this is every folding pocket knife that I own, so... I said every. The Civivi Baby Banter. The Civivi Mini Praxis. Much bigger than both of those. And those two don't get to see the channel very often because, well, I don't really use them, but also a few of these knives live in different areas than the rest. So here we've got the Civivi Altis. I also have reviews up of quite a few of these knives if you want to check them out. And if you like my content, please subscribe. That'd be cool. Trying to line up the pivots there. So we've got the Civivi Altis and the Kizer Original up in here. Bigger than both of those. It's a big knife. This knife's going to be bigger than almost all these that I'm going to show you. Why do I do so many size comparisons? I feel like size is important. Also, I own a lot of knives that are... They're all budget knives, but they're popular, and I feel like if you're watching my videos, you'll probably own at least one of these, unless you're just getting started into pocket knives. The QSP Penguin and the Civivi Elementum. These are more normal sized EDC knives here. Okay, so there's those two. I just bumped the subject knife. I always do that. Next, I know I said I was gonna get the 2, but I didn't because it's smaller. I got me another drop bear. If you don't remember from, I forget which review it was, I had to return the first one because I rolled the blade. And the Vosteed Porcupine. Get the pivots lined up. Okay, so there's those two knives. And Porcupine's getting a little bigger there, huh? Well, let's keep moving. I don't want to bore you too much here. Move through these quickly. CJRB Pyrite Light. Hey, I said it right that time. And the Ozark Trail. Knife that broke the internet. Hype Knives right here. Hype Knives. Okay, so there's those two. Ozark Trail's getting close to that size of the Militaw. Okay. Then these last two I got over here on this side. The Olatan's G062. Don't sleep on it. Fantastic knife. Check out my review of that one. And the Vosteed Raccoon. This is the top liner lock version. Okay, so I think the pivots are lined up there. So there's those guys. And we're going to do a few bigger ones here to round out the size comparisons. This end cut sashi. There we go. So the handle is longer on the Militaw. The blade is also slightly longer than the sashi. And the last two knives, both making their debut on Peepaw EDC. This is Tivian ST152. It doesn't want to sit straight. We'll put it down here. It's not going to be a good boy. Oops. And the Petrified Fish Beluga. Beluga. Alright. Trying to line up the pivot on the Beluga. Yeah, I'm lined up. So there's those big boys. So, yeah. Definitely, they're both bigger than the Militaw. Alright. So there's all my size comparisons. Thanks for sticking with me. And if you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe, because you like hearing me talk, right? So, yeah, this is a great knife. I highly recommend it. Been using it to cut a lot of cardboard. So, yeah, we got a lot of wear on the coating of the blade. It's still pretty sharp. Honestly, it feels like it's almost as sharp as when I bought it. Same with the action. Action's just as good as when I bought it. Blade is still centered. I haven't touched the pivot at all. Pocket clip's still tight. Got a little bit of wear on the paint on the pocket clip. But yeah. I get the hype now over the Militaw. I do. It's one of my favorites, which is saying a lot for a liner lock. Lockup, speaking of liner locks, is pretty good. Let's get a close up here. There we go. I'd say it's like 40-50% maybe. This has really thin liners in it though. I did want to point that out. You don't really, you can feel it flex a little bit when you hammer grip, but it's nothing that bothers me. Yeah, well designed knife. Jonathan Stiles is the designer of this knife. And I do want to mention that when I bought this knife, I bought it off Amazon and I actually got it for $10 off. I don't know why. I did not care to ask why. So, but yeah, if you want to wait for this knife to go on sale, I bought this in June of this year, so a couple months ago. Maybe because it has Christmas themed stickers and they're like, oh, it's June, I guess we better drop the price. I don't know. Alrighty. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a like if you like it. Give me a subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching. Bye.